Um, Rahul, Shubham, would you like me to start or would you like me to wait for a few minutes?
We should wait for 2-3 minutes.
Okay, thank you, Rahul. Rahul, in the meantime, I will send you, you can try to log into and create a EKS cluster. I will send you the command.
Okay.
Oops. What's this? Oops, one more time. Let's go this one. Just to, okay. While others are logging, just go ahead and create a cluster with that name.
Yeah.
You can share your screen, Rahul.
Yeah. I have started this deployment.
Okay. And let's see. Logging test 2, okay. Do you know to which region you're pointing to?
I have run this command directly on this one.
Using region US East 2, okay. Okay, I think that's where. Okay, you can just go to the console, open the point to that region. It's a higher, I think. Yeah. We'll see. We'll try and see how to hook up. The Elasticsearch today. Yes. Okay, click on logging test 2. It's still creating. I think that will take a few minutes. In the meantime, I think what we can do is open another tab and go to the instances. Stream file launch. Okay. I think we need M file launch by default. I think it uses CKS. So it shows logging test. That's the one I created, I think, because it's creating. We just need to create it. But go ahead and click on the first one, the logging test ng. Click on, yeah, and scroll down, please. VPCID subnet, scroll down. What am I looking for here? Can you click on security? IAM role. Right click the IAM role. Open a new tab. It's just 14 minutes. Okay. I think we need to give CloudWatch logs full access. So let's say, click on the CloudWatch logs full access. Go back. How do you come there? Oh, okay. Where you see add permissions, click on that one. Attach policy. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you come back to the previous tab and just check and see the status of the case cluster? Okay. Still creating. Okay. So we need to attach the full access there, the CloudWatch log full access. Once it comes up, that is going to be the step. And let's see. If you come back, I think if you come back to the console.
Where?
Console, the git bash. Yeah. We should have done it in the background. Can you open another terminal, another git bash pointing to this? Okay. SSH. Okay, list it, ls. And cat fluentd.yaml. I think it's YML.
This one.
The second one. And let's see, we have it pointing to AKS login test. The region is US East 2. So VI it and just change the value under the region where it says US East 2. We just need to change the name of the EKS login test, EKS login test 2. The region I think is good because that's where you created it.
Yeah.
Search for region. Next one. Just a capital region. Capital R. There you go. Okay, and the cluster name, just change it to EKS login 2. Cluster underscore name.
This name too, it is cluster 2.
Number 2. Okay, and then scroll up a little bit, please. So the region is env.fetch region that will be dynamically acquired. Label system D. Okay, scroll up, please. Don't think we need any of this. Okay, let's have this. Okay, save it. And just check the status. And check it in the console.
Okay.
Go back to the blue screen. It's my favorite. It's still in the running state. Do we need it to? Wouldn't, I thought it will automatically come out. If you do a control C, will it run or will it stop? It won't stop, right? It will continue to run in the background, right? Do you recall?
Maybe we should wait for 1-2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. In the meantime,
What is this is Fluentd we are using for monitoring purpose, right?
yeah. First, we'll do a local logging and then we'll extend this to Elasticsearch. That is the process how we do it. So you can do a kubectl space apply -f apply is -f and fluentd.yaml _1. Okay. I think you should be good. Once it says active, I think you're good. You don't have to wait for that.
Enter.
Yes, sure. And let's say warning is okay. Cluster info, okay. Logging test 2, we've already changed. Now kubectl space get all. Okay. So let's say replicas. I think my thing is still running, so that's why we're seeing a bunch of them that I created. Let's see, let's try to delete my thing so that we'll avoid the confusion. No, I need my thing just in case as a backup. So this is usually to get out here. Okay, 03 deployment apps front end. No, that's load balancer. Okay. Deployment pod name. Okay. Okay, that's okay. We can ignore that one. Next, let's get back into the AWS console. And now click on login test 2. And go back to the instances, please. And login test 2. Select the first one. Select the first one. Have you selected that? And then look for the IAM row. Click on security. Open that in open it in a new tab. Attach the policy. Add permissions. So we need to attach, say ES for yes, so yeah, sorry, CloudWatch logs. CloudWatch log full access. Select the one in the middle. Not CloudWatch logs. CloudWatch, yeah, CloudWatch logs full access. Yeah. Select that. Click on next. And trust relationships. Okay, I think that should be okay. Scroll down and see if there's a click on next or something like that.
No, it got edited.
Also,
Policy was edited.
once it's successfully attached, okay. And
should I do same with the both having same rule?
okay, that's what I wanted to verify. I wanted to just verify the one in permissions. I think I didn't see it properly. Go back to the console. Okay, kubectl get all. Service on the, okay. Again, get all, okay, we do have service. Okay, now can you try to do a kubectl apply? F and fluentd.yaml. I think we didn't give the permission, so it wouldn't be logging any of the containers and things like that. Okay, now we applied, now do get all. We only see the service. Let's try. What do we do? Okay, let's back here. One moment. Management console. Back to management console. Go back to the CloudWatch logs. Open a new tab and go to the. We may need to come back here in a moment. So open a new tab and bring up CloudWatch logs. log groups. Yeah, it's, no, click on log groups.
Maybe region was different.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why they, for a moment. And logging test2 containers. Click on the second one. And let's say hello K from environment, and what are we looking for? Event, last event time. I think what we need to do is we need to access. You have done a cube apply. If you go back to the console, one more time, do a kubectl get all. We're seeing this over here, external IP is not there. We need to access the external IP. Can you one more time cat fluentd.yaml? YML. Scroll all the way up, please. Cube system. So one is the daemon set, API version apps one, metadata, kind is daemon set, that is a cube system, okay. Scroll up, please. All the way up. Fluentd, so it's Kate as a, oops, okay. So there is a cluster row and there's a cluster role binding another kind. So those are the two kinds of the namespace is cube system. And scroll down a little bit. Another one is a config map. Okay. Most of them, these are all the default values of the Fluentd. They are all inbuilt into the Fluentd. We don't really need to worry about it. But let's say type in kubectl get -w. Let's see, what is that? Yeah, kubectl get pods -w. Get pods -w and name -- namespace equal to cube -system. That is the namespace there. Namespace equal to cube -system. Make sure everything is running. Enter. You may only apply single resource type. Specify a single resource type. Go back to the other screen, the black screen, the one with the black background. Just type in it here, kubectl get pods -w namespace hyphen namespace equal to cube system. There you go. I think I should use this one. So we have Fluentd, CloudWatch, BNN2, Q proxy, and CodeDNS, AWS, Node. Okay, these are the namespaces. Then now, can you now go back to the cloud, the console, and refresh this? Okay, so Fluentd, CloudWatch, BNN2, System Fluentd. If you see BNN2, I think it is the third or the fourth one. Click on that one. Yeah, that one. NNN2, yeah. Events, okay. Let's give it a moment, scroll up. So this is where the logging is going on. And now let's come back to the console. Just make sure that is the namespace. BNN2. Okay, so we're looking at the right one. These are the different agents which are watching and getting the log files and things like that. And this is using the CloudWatch, not really using the other things, but still we are not yet done. There's another part or piece of it which we need to do to really verify this one. Expand one of the, go back to console and expand one of the logs. Console. Yeah, you can expand one of them. Can you increase the font size? Oh, okay. So log is log. That is where, if at all, any of the applications are doing, if the developers are saying print something and things like that, that is what will get printed out in the log. Stream is std out. So whatever in their application, whatever they're doing printing is being printed out to std out. That std out is what is getting streamed here. That's what stream is. This is how you can identify the Docker or the container ID. And the Kubernetes container namespace. The namespace is generally plugged into the YAML file. Whatever they use, that is what it is. And here is a pod ID. If you recall, we do get pod ID. We can get specific. We can do a describe on them and try to see what is their state and status and things like that. And I don't think we need controller revision hash. Fluentd CloudWatch, that is the name that we have given in the YAML. You can give anything. And host is that is one which is logging this one. That's the internal IP address. As URL namespace ID is okay. Metadata cube system okay. So that is some metadata. Scroll down a little bit to the next one. If you now expand the second one, you will see the same pattern. Most of the times, what you are probably going to be troubleshooting is you try to look at that log and say, hey, this is what is been coming. Imagine there's a problem in any application. Somewhere they will be doing a print, or somewhere they'll be doing a log using their logging framework, and that's where that log records. And then most of the time you look for the log, and then the container ID, the pod ID is what you'll do a describe to see, and things like that. So log is the most thing that you'll be looking for, is what it is. But
so this is only used for logging purpose, or we can see dashboard also, something like that?
No, this is only logging. Dashboard, Kubernetes dashboard is there. We'll try to see that maybe tomorrow. But most of the time, the dashboard is a GUI. It's we tend to use the CLI only in real world, Rahul. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll show it to you because you've been using it for a few days. But let's say
actually, this Fluentd is only for logging purpose, right?
Yeah, yes, that is right.
Okay.
And we also need to extend this one. So the next one, let's say there is a back to the CLI. There's a file called load balancer. Oops, sorry, yeah. The load balancer service.yaml. And if you scroll up a little bit. Okay, so the first kind is service, which means it's a service. And then the metadata will be name. The name is LB service, labels, app, load balancer. Name is LB service, app is LB service. We're calling it as front end deployment. Okay, do a VI. We'll edit this file so that we can change the names. And if you start from the top, V1 is okay, services. Change the name LB service to LB service 2, app to LB service 2. Just added 2 because we are already deployed an LB service, just to be on safe side. Oh. And the app also to LB service 2. Type is load balancer is okay. Then come down, there is something called front end, change that to front end 2. So right in the middle, you missed, buddy. On the top, there's front end. And front end deployment also change it to front end deployment 2. Wherever there's a name, we will change it. You can change it. The rest of them are keywords. Front end 2 is okay. Rolling update is okay. Scroll down. There's another app, front end 2, and the name container, front end container 2. Image is okay. So we're going to be deploying the engines in this container. Scroll down.
That's it.
Right and quit. Okay. Now let's apply this one, kubectl kubectl apply -f load balancer. Yeah, copy paste that. Enter it. Service created. Okay. So now what you need is you do a get all, kubectl get all. Okay, so if you notice there is a LB service 2 here, copy the IP header, the external IP header. Copy that and paste it in a new window. Not getting it? Go back here, let's say. It's a
what will it show? What will
Nginx. It'll just show the Nginx. That's the only external IP we have. It is going to be used for load balancing. Strange. Do a kubectl get pods. Deployment 2 running 1 by 1 is ready. Desired is 2, current is 2, looks good. Replica set is good. Deployment 2 by 2 is good. And service 2. That is the one
but we haven't installed that engine, or we are not running any container of engine.
Nginx is the image that we have given. The image is Nginx, right? So when you apply this one, it will run a container and a pod.
Okay. Load balancer has the image. Okay. And
Nginx is running inside. It's fetching it from the Docker. That's what it's doing. But scroll down, everything. One more time, copy the IP address, the external IP, and paste it.
Yeah,
there you go. Okay, maybe we did that a little too quickly. And now back to the console where we have the cloud watch logs. Just refresh this one. I think you need to go back, click on the containers. You need to go back, buddy.
Okay.
Okay. And logging test 2 containers here. Click on that. And let's say front-end deployment 2, yeah, click on that. And let's see, Docker entry point, sh Docker entry point. Just click on the first, expand the first log. Docker entry point. So that is what is getting logged. So it means it's getting into Docker. The container name is front-end container 2. So if you're kind of following it, it's kind of emitting the information of the container and the thing. As I said, most of the time, the somewhere the Docker here is emitting out. They're printing out Docker entry point sh at the time of calling this image, and inside that Docker image, the Nginx is getting called. Okay, but there's also one more step we need to do. What you do is a lot. Get all, you have already done that, right?
Right.
Can you go back to the CLI and cat the K8s file? Just do ls K8s and
This one.
no, not that one. Try to cat the hello K8s forlog.yml. Okay, so it is metadata is hello, name is hello K8s and rolling updates. Hello K8s is the app we're looking for. And the image is my demo. Scroll down a little bit. So deployment. Privilege, allocators, containers. Okay. Apply this one, please. kubectl. It is hello. Okay, it is okay. Yeah. Okay, get all. kubectl get all. So now if you see, front-end deployment is to hello K8s is 3x3. Deployment.apps, hello. So if you look under the deployment.apps, there is front-end deployment 2, and there is also hello K8s. Yeah, copy that and paste it. But the ready state is 0 here. Okay. Okay, let's give it a moment. Come back to the CLI. Just refer one more time, run it. The ready says 0 out of 3, so it didn't up to date. Available is 0. kubectl. Back to the console and refresh the Chrome. Okay. Go back to the CloudWatch. Refresh. Go back and refresh it. Yeah. There is a front-end deployment too, and I think we wouldn't get any of the logs here until the container is up. Back to the CLI and verify if the containers are up. Can you go back to the CloudWatch logs? It's all right. Can you refresh that once? Okay. Secure CTL. Okay, it is. Deployment allocate is 3x3. So if you scroll up, please look. It is in the latest ones only. You don't need to go down that much. Allocate is, and let's see, it is the one which is ending with 9BT5. 9. Is there anything with the 9B? Allocate is 9BT5. That's a long name. Oh, sorry. Let me see how allocate is 3x3. Is a replica set I'm looking at.
We can search here also.
Yeah. And we just deployed allocators, right? LP service 2 is this one, allocators. If you one more time refresh the external IP, the other window where you had the external IP. Okay. From EKS, if you scroll down, what this is doing is that is a message which is getting printed from the application. And this is the Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series, if you have an idea, notice it starts with 1, 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah.
So 1 plus 1 becomes 2, 1 plus 2 becomes 3, and so on. So the idea really here is there is some kind of logic they're putting here. And I think they're just some of the environment variables and things like that. They have a couple of things inside the image somewhere. So if you scroll down, I think the last one is that one. Okay. So now go back to the console logs. I'm sorry, CLI, my bad. Sorry, the CloudWatch, buddy. Sorry about that. And there you go. It looks like we have the latest one, Hello K8 is coming up there. And click on that. And okay, now if you see, expand the first one. Okay, hello world, the log message, that is what is getting printed to their std out. So ideally, that is going to be a focus. And here is the rest of the information of the containers, Dockers, and things like that. Most of the time, you're looking for an app name or a log message. And you can filter it out, you can play around and things like that. But this is local. This is not elastic, but we need to extend this to elastic. Such is what it is. So far with me, Rahul?
Sorry?
Are you with me? Or is that making sense?
Sir, can you repeat the whole scenario, what we are doing actually?
What we did is, we have deployed a second set of containers using the hello. In this one, what is happening is, the application is just printing hello world. And then printing some Fibonacci numbers, which is like in a traditional business application, whatever they print will generally get printed into the log here. Whatever the business performing, which is a Fibonacci series, is not necessarily getting printed here. Before performing some kind of a save or a read or an update or a delete operation, generally they would like to track it and see if it's a transaction, where was the status and things like that. And they'll say, hey, here we just got the credit card data and we are logging it here. So now next I'm going to update the credit card address, maybe something like that. So that's what they will print it or log it, and then they will actually perform. They will make their calls and things like that, save it to the database, or maybe inside their code, they're calling another service, passing on the credit card data and things like that. For us, we don't need to worry about the business logic, but we are looking at the log messages and things like that. And kind of, they may ask us, hey, where did my application fail? So that's what we will tell them in the log, based on this log. If it is really necessary to get into, generally, if you tell them, if you tell a business, the developer, hey, this is the log, what it is indicating, they will not necessarily ask you the container ID or the pod ID. But if at all they need that level of detail, you may also need to go into the container ID, pod ID. You will do a kubectl describe get pods, how many pods are there, how many of them are in desired state, how many of them are in current state, do you need replication? Those are really slightly detailed. At a developer level, they don't need it unless you're really orchestrating at your end. And ideally, we will deploy them, but we will not really mess with the replicas and things like that manually. Those are the things when you do an apply. Those are the things which come from a YAML file. Those are the things which are generally handled by the architects only, to be frank, Rahul, according to my experience. But we will create the YAML files and give you, just in case you're working with an architect and he says, hey, buddy, can you see how many of them are in a desired state or in a ready state? That's where you'll do get pods, get all, you'll do a describe, and you'll say, hey, earlier, if you noticed, I think we accessed it a little too quickly. It was 0 out of 3. It was not in a ready state. Now it is in a ready state. So if it is...
So this log got generated automatically, like we just attach that role using that CloudWatch tool, and then these logs are getting created.
So in other words, what's happening, buddy? The first step is when you access the application is printing and logging out some information.
Yeah.
Catching it, buddy. That is the first step. So that is the one we are saying. At any point of time, what will happen is if too many people are hitting the database or this, for some reason the server is unavailable and things like that, that would be caught in an exception by the developer and they'll print it out. That print is what you'll see. And you'll say here, once you see, you'll tell them, hey, guys, it looks like the DB is down or maybe the server is not connecting. And maybe you may want to understand and you see, okay, if the DB is down, you may actually yourself go and look into the issue why the DB is down, or maybe why the server is down, or maybe any other issue at an infrastructure level.
Yeah, okay.
Catching it, buddy? But
so sir, why do we need that Fluentd one? Why we have created that?
Fluentd is hooking up the CloudWatch, the application to the, it's acting as a bridge between the CloudWatch and the, what is this from this application, the containers and all those things. But without Fluentd, what will happen is your application, wherever in whichever server it is running, it will put it into a local log file in that machine. And when you have tens and hundreds of containers running, trying to identify which is the container, what is the IP address of it, you will be able to do that, but it will be very unproductive. So Fluentd acts as a bridge and puts it into the CloudWatch. No matter where your container runs, boom, you'll get it. You'll be able to. This becomes a single point of interface where you're looking at all those things.
Okay.
But
so we have
where the Fluentd might fail is when you have hundreds and hundreds of containers running. Imagine a scenario where you have multiple apps and hundreds of containers running. That's where it may not be very scalable. That's where the Elasticsearch comes to your rescue.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, and also if you want to do advanced analytics, you want to take all the log files. This is unstructured data. You want to do some advanced analytics and things like that. Bring in Hadoop, Spark, and all those things. That's where the Fluentd will not be able to. The CloudWatch logs may not be that performant. That's where Elasticsearch comes to your rescue. It will give you very, very advanced functionality where you can hook it up with the big data and work on the unstructured data and things like that. That's a slightly advanced, but that's what it is.
So yes, the Fluentd we are using for application logging.
True.
Application layer.
True.
And but we can use that CloudWatch to create system level logging.
CloudWatch is used for application logging, buddy. Fluentd is acting as a bridge between the application and the CloudWatch.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. Where are we?
So we have created one more container that
allocate
and that Fibonacci series.
Okay, yeah. So I think we need to hook it up with the what we say with the Elasticsearch. So for that, let's see, front end, and there it is. We've already deployed the front end. Can you go back to the AWS console? Click on the containers, EKS. So one step back. Nobody, the same screen.
Okay, that in the cloud.
Parent, yeah. And scroll down. let's see, hello KTS and fluentd watch and 24. Okay, you can do hello KTS. We've already looked at that. Click on there is, if you scroll up a little bit, there is something called action somewhere over here. Actions on the top. Subscription, just click on subscription filters and wait 1 second. Don't do anything. I think they changed create Amazon Elasticsearch to OpenSearch is now what it is. But if you connect it here, we'll connect it, but don't do it right now.
Okay.
I'm just trying to verify here. We can directly hook up the OpenSearch service here. But before that, I think there's another thing I need to do here. Let me copy and paste this one. Okay, I'm going to send you something. We'll create Elasticsearch service. Let's save this one. This one. We'll start with this one. Copy this one. Back to chat. Put it in the chat window. Okay.
Yeah.
Try running this in CLI and give me one moment, Rahul. I just need to step out.
So, sir, can we take a break like 5 minutes?
Yeah, please do somebody.
Yeah.
5-minute break. Thank you. Sorry about that. Let me know when you're back, Rahul.
Yes, sir. I'm
Okay. Run the one I have sent you in chat.
Yeah, no. So, I should run that command on the this console, right?
Yeah. Can you copy paste that into the chat window, please? Okay. So, can you bring up the same command and change the Elastic search version from 7.4 to 7.9?
Yeah.
Is it already 7.9?
Yeah, it is 7.9.
Can you change? Oh, okay. Just try changing it to 7.4. Okay, run it. Same thing. Can you try to change the volume type to standard? Right now it is GP2. Can you change volume type to standard, smallest?
Volume type
Yes.
is GP2.
It is right now GP2. Delete that and change it to standard.
GP2 is standard. This is EBS volume type, right?
Pardon me? Yeah.
So GP2 is the standard one, I guess.
GP2 is the standard. Are you sure?
Yes, the multiple instance at volume type. GP2, yes. Here it is general purpose GP2.
Okay. Is it? But
This many types are there.
how do you know it is standard?
Yeah, it is
Is it the default?
yeah, it is a GP2. It is default one. Yeah.
Okay. Just for the sake of my satisfaction, can you just change that to GP2 standard and just see?
Okay, GP2 standard. I should add a standard in front of it. Or should I type standard one?
Standard, yeah, like that. Enter. Volume type. Oh, okay. It's complaining about the volume types now. It's a simple one. Size equal to volume type equals to standard. EBS enable is true. Volume. Okay. What does it say? Volume hyphen types. Okay. So, can you try this one, please? I've sent you an updated one. Can you try that, Rahul? So there is ARN is EKS logs, okay, which means we got a response, resource notifier or something like that. So this is again just an acknowledgement. We're getting it. We don't. Now go back to the console and look for, just type in Elasticsearch, or I think they changed it to OpenSearch. You can just type no, Elastic search, one word. But just type in search, don't do Elasticsearch. So yeah, click on OpenSearch. Yeah, they have actually changed a few things here.
Run as field OpenSearch and Elasticsearch.
Yeah. And let's say EKS logs, click on that. So this is general information. Kibana, scroll down, please. Okay, scroll up. And Kibana URL, click on Kibana URL. User anonymous is not authorized to perform. Watch. Yeah, paste that in the chat window. We need to create a role. Yeah. And once you do that, you go back and go back to IAM. Go back to IAM or in another tab. Keep this open like this. Yeah, roles. Go to roles. And search for full access. Just type in full access. Suitable. Now, click on create role. AWS service, scroll down. Select Lambda. Click on next. Now here, search for full access. AWS full access. Okay. Type in ES full. ES full. Oh, there you go. Amazon ES full access. The second one, buddy. Amazon, not SES, ES full access. Yeah. Click on, I think, see if there's a next button or something here. Yeah. And give a name. Let's call this lambda underscore ES. And click on next. Create role. So we created a role. And now I think go back to the CloudWatch logs if you have the tab open. Yeah, containers. And now enable the subscription filters. Create the first one. Create Amazon Open Search Service. Yeah. And let's say EKS log. Yeah, good. Select, scroll down. And log format, say common log format. The one in the middle. Give any name. Subscription filter name. Any name is fine. Just say filter one. ES filter one. And scroll up a little bit, is in there somewhere. It should be asking us to hook up the role also. Scroll up, please. Configure the log. Yeah, IAM execution role is going to be the Amazon Lambda ES full. Scroll down and click on next. I think it should be good. Start streaming. Okay. And now try to access the two, the application, the two URLs, external IPs we copied, if you remember. Access the two applications where we had that Fibonacci number. There, okay, refresh it. And the one before that also, which is, I think, maybe the Nginx or something. Yeah. Refresh. So now, because we access the two applications, they should be streaming to the Elasticsearch. So say go back to the Elasticsearch, where you had that EKS logs, and now click on OpenSearch. The Kibana URL that we accessed. Yeah. No, this is not authorized. Yes.
Should I try this one also?
Okay. It's for the search. Scroll down a little bit. Cluster health. Scroll down. Scroll up, please. Have security, cluster health, instance health. Scroll up, please. Kibana URL. Do you have the endpoint? Kibana should be. Oh, did they change it? Elasticsearch. Sorry about that. I didn't test this one, but let's see. It's east. Upgrade is available. Elasticsearch 7.9 upgrade is available. What did I have? I think I tried it in slightly 7.4. It worked at that time. So, Achha, this is the error message that you put in the chat is the one, right? That you are.
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
So should I send again?
Chat one moment. Let me see. This one is. Put this here. Paste this here. Let's just search. Okay, what is this guy? Does not support anonymous requests, although your policy seeks okay. So it looks okay. These are some of the changes that they keep making. Boy, it's a deep one. It's not open. You can't access open search dashboards. Okay, let me come back here. Just need to create an index pattern. Okay. So just what should we do here? I think I will need some time to look into this one, Rahul.
Yeah.
Bunch of options here. In the meantime, what we'll do is you can go back to the CLI. Let's delete the first cluster, EKS. to CLI.
CLI.
Just say EKSCTL get clusters. Get clusters. You can delete the EKS logging test. Say EKS CTL, delete cluster hyphen name, delete space cluster, space hyphen name equals to EKS hyphen logging test. We'll keep the logging test too. Logging test, delete it. And once this is done, what we'll do is failed unread trial. What's that? Active load balancing. Oh, strange. It's trying to delete a load balancer. It's not able to find the one. There is no active load balancer named. Okay, if it is not there, let's delete. Okay. Same message again. Control-C there. Go back to the CLI console and stop that instance related to EKS logging test. Refresh it. Select the. Here is the instance. Logging test ng. Stop them. Okay. And I'll see if I can spend some time later today trying to find out if they have removed this access or what. Okay. Okay. So that is one thing I want to show you. Tomorrow, maybe I'll show you how to install the, what is that? The dashboard and things like that, Rahul.
Okay.
Let's get back into a little bit of Ansible. You can do a Control-C on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And once you do a Control-C, what I want you to
should I stop this?
Yeah, stop it. Okay. And now what I want to do is we'll get back to a little bit of Ansible playbook. What I need you to do is change, I think, change it back to US East 1 back in your console, because I think that's where we created a few instances of our Ansible instances. So in one of them, there is a controller. Could you copy paste this error message into the WhatsApp later, Rahul, the latest one?
Okay.
Just as a backup for me. Sorry about that. Yeah, US East 1. Go into instances. So in controller 1, we do have the, what do we say? We have the Ansible installed. So click on the controller 1, connect to controller 1 from CLI. Okay, just type in Ansible. Good. Ansible hyphen version. Okay, then sudo su -ans admin. Bash. Okay. So now let me send you an Ansible playbook. Let's see, come here. Let's see if we'll give this a try. Access. Create, let's say vi pb2. I already have it there, but for the sake of discipline, we'll create a vi pb2.yml and copy paste this one. I'm going to copy this, paste it here. Let's one more time. Oops. Copy this, paste it. Why is it not pasting? This one. Paste. There you are. Okay, copy paste this one, please. We'll try to install the SonarQube in Nexus. Okay, now write and quit. Cat it. AB2. Okay, if you now before we go into this one, do a cat /etc/ansible/host /etc space /etc/ansible/host. Okay, if you scroll up all the way up, I think there is only one here, which is 27, which seems to be hooked up. Let's comment the 27, the file, sudo vi, comment the 27, and let's go back to the console. And in instances, other than, I think the one I had was N1, you can leave N1 like that for now. Go ahead and start N2. And get the IP address and paste this into the host file, the private. Pardon me. You can comment the 27. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay. Save it and quit it. See if you're able to ping it. Go back and just refresh it. It says it's running, right? Okay. Do you do an Ansible ping? I think it is Ansible all -m ping. Ansible all -m ping. What's that? Ansible -m all ping, I think. Ansible -m all ping. Oh, you didn't give -m, buddy. Ansible
Yeah.
all,
Ansible.
or -m. No, Ansible. No, buddy. Ansible all, space -m for mother, ping, m and module. Yeah, ping is a module. Yeah, run it. 27 is 152 is success. Okay, we need one, and it looks like Python is already installed there, and that's all we need. So one worker is enough, no matter how many hosts we have. That should be good. Now, just do an ll on. Just type in ll, verify the permissions. What is it? lsltr. pv2 read, right? It doesn't have execute. But I think we should still be able to run it. But let's say just write Ansible -playbook. Oh, no, first cat it, but let's see what is going on in there. Cat pv2. Okay, so if you recall, host names all, it's taking all the IP addresses from the host file. By any chance, do you remember what is become, buddy?
Become a root maybe. Sudo user.
Okay, then task is task. So the first action we are doing is a ping, which is it's just checking if the server is up or not. Then the next one is name. Name is just a name. We're saying the first step that we are going to be doing is we're going to be installing Apache 2. Ideally, we would do a sudo, what is that, apt get install Apache 2 is what we'll do. But here, we're using apt in the next line. Notice apt. apt is a module name. Name equals Apache 2. So that will install the Apache server. These are all the built-in ones. They are accessing the central repository and going to install the Apache 2. And state equals to latest. If you recall, that will get whatever is the latest version of the Apache 2. So the first step is installing the Apache 2. The second step is install JDK, which is to the SonarQube, the Jenkins, and the Nexus. I think behind the scenes, they require the latest JDK or the JDK, the Java development kit and things like that. So the next step is we are installing default JDK, whatever is the latest version. Catching it, buddy?
Yes.
Again, apt means it's just doing an apt get install. That is after the name install space JDK, we have an apt in somewhere in the 5th or 6th line, buddy.
Why in the name we are specifying install Apache? Or is it just naming?
Yeah, it's just naming, buddy. You can give whatever you want. This is just to understand what is the state where we are. You give a meaningful interpretation there. Okay. When there are 10 or 20 steps, you know you are at this step, as simple as that.
Okay, and we are passing command here.
True. The apt itself is acting like a command, buddy. The apt. Okay. It's module name, to be more precise. Then we have a shell. So for Jenkins, this is where we are downloading the key. And sudo apt, that's just a Linux command. So shell is the Ansible's module, which will execute that in the host. You're typing it to apt key and things like that. Then you're saying, hey, adding Debian packages here. And again, you're executing a Linux command. So for installing Jenkins, these are the two steps we are following. Catching it?
Yes.
Then again, we are saying apt. Jenkins, name equals Jenkins. This is where you're installing. So the above two shell commands are just downloading in the necessary files for us to install. So I think before we run the apt get install, we need these two commands to be executed. One is get is download that key or whatever that is. The next one is echo sh-c sources dot. Let's see what my screen is small here. Jenkins. So you're writing out something to that. The Jenkins.list is what that is, right? Okay. And so that is the Jenkins part of it. Next, you're downloading Nexus, where you're doing a wget. So that will download the Nexus. Next, again, you're extracting. Extract is you're unzipping. So I think the tar is zipping it up, -xvzf, you're extracting Nexus, GZ file. is what that is showing. In other words, that is related to Nexus. We did a duplicate, which is download. Then you're tarring it. Tarring it is you're creating a GZ file, is what it is.
Is there any other command here? Like we are downloading this zip file, but we haven't.
Yeah.
And then we are installing this nzip. Maybe there was one more command.
Oh, 1 moment. Yeah, there are a bunch of things. Oh, I see. Install unzip. You got it till, I think there is a limit here. Update cache equals to S from SonarQube. Let me copy from SonarQube here. Install unzip. So I will copy from install, name install, hyphen, name install. Copy these things. The limit on the copy paste here. So paste it here. Okay. Can you try to put back these things into the file?
Yes.
So install unzip. pb2 dot. I think after hyphen name unzip, from there you copy paste that and put that there. You can delete the word here. Yeah. Okay. So you're installing unzip, you're unzipping SonarQube. You're setting up the permissions to ANS admin, SonarQube. So here we're giving it to ANS admin. Okay, change ownership. So after we download Nexus, we extract it, then we're downloading SonarQube 7.6. We're installing unzip apt, name equal to unzip is the program. Then we are unzipping SonarQube. Then we are just giving the permissions to the current user who is the ANS admin. Catching it, Rahul?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, write and quit. And you can run that Ansible hyphen playbook pb2.yml. Ansible hyphen playbook, one word. pb2.yml, enter. So 27 is unreachable is okay. I think somewhere it is picking up the 27. I don't know why. We just need to
Yes, maybe it's there in that host file.
Because I remember we commented it, but somehow it seems to be picking up. So that's okay. Don't worry about that. So let's see where we are. Get the files.
So apt is for installing the package and shell for running the command.
For installing the package, use apt. Shell is just for running pure Linux commands.
Okay.
So apt-get is also kind of a package Linux command only, but they have a separate module. Is what is going on.
This is the format of the Ansible Linux. You need to learn this.
Yes, the YAML and things like that, the spacings you need to be slightly sensitive, because even if one space goes here and there, you just, it creates a problem. And the indentation, all those things, you'll be slightly aware of them. Is that what you're asking?
This formatting, like naming, apt, shell, and if you want to do any other software install, we need to learn how to format it here.
So in other words, name is optional, buddy. apt is using apt get install. Instead of an apt get install, you're using apt. But before apt get install, sometimes some of the softwares require some files to be there. the zip files or maybe other kinds of. So that's where we are doing a wget.
Okay, yes.
As simple as that. Okay. Okay, installing Apache is done, installing JDK is done, adding the Jenkins key. Changed is good, which means it is installing. Okay, now it is installing Jenkins, it looks like. Adding Debian packages to source list. Okay, we'll give it a minute here. So Apache is done. So what you do is copy the IP address of 152, just put that on a browser. We should be able to verify the Apache. The 150 public IP, yeah. That means the Apache is installed successfully, right?
Yes.
Then I think where was that from? It's still installing Jenkins. Okay. For Jenkins, I think it runs under port 8080. So now copy, open another one, paste the IP. I think it's the same IP, but
Yeah, I was checking this security whether it is open.
oh, okay.
It's saying okay, and
8080.
port 80.
So now we need to access that one, the warlib Jenkins. Here we can find the logs for the commands. The history, Shubham, if that is what is you're asking, if you want the commands, it's history. And access that file, just cat it.
Yes. Maybe I should first need to first I need to connect to that server, right?
So let's say, one moment. Can you go back to that one, buddy? The CLI.
Yeah, from here only.
Sonar type, sonar cube. Okay. So unzipped it, you set it up, you set up the sonar cube permissions and changed equals to 13. Scroll up a little bit, please. You install unzip, community version, download sonar cube. We downloaded it, we installed it, we unzipped it. Nexus is there, scroll up, please. Nexus is downloaded. Install Jenkins, download, extract is done, download, install is done. Unzip, scroll down. Set up sonar type work permissions. I think here we give a few examples, but yeah, go ahead and cat that Jenkins.
Maybe I should first need to connect to that server, right?
Yeah, the 152, yes. Bash. And submit, okay, good. And now cat it. Let's do a sudo. Okay, so yeah, copy paste. So install suggested plugins. So ideally from here also we should be able to install the Sonar Cube and Nexus from there's a if you chose the other option, I think it will allow us to choose those applications and things like that. If you want to install Sonar Cube, but here we chose the default ones.
Is there any dashboard for that Sonar Cube or Nexus, or they are just
Sonar Cube, yeah. I will walk you through those things in a day or two.
first admin users? Should I create?
Yeah, just create something. Let's say first admin or something like that. So finish the formality. No. First, no space. Because, yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay. So here, ideally, people will be creating the jobs and they'll be setting up their agents and things like that. And I think there's a way from here somewhere, manage Jenkins or somewhere, you can also dynamically install the additional plugins like SonarQube and Nexus and all those things. I don't know exactly, haven't looked into them. Manage plugins, I think that's where you add on the right hand side below.
Okay.
Here, I think just type in SonarQube. Oops, SONAR. There you go. Scanner gates and things like that. Look at an example, SonarQube in a day or two. Okay. But based on your requirements, you go ahead and install them. You can type in Nexus, search for Nexus, and also install them. I don't exactly know what are the important numbers and things like that on top of my head. Any XUS, I think, buddy. NE for Edward, XUS, US. I think, yeah, artifact uploader, stop plugin. Wow, it's going pretty quick. Nexus platform. Okay, that might be a big one. Sonar type Nexus. Integrate Sonar type Nexus. The second one, if you see, it's a complete Nexus platform. It integrates Sonar type and Nexus into Jenkins. And I haven't really done that much with Jenkins and Nexus. So, but that's what that is pretty okay. And
Okay.
let's see. SonarQube. You already installed the SonarQube plugin, no?
No, sir.
You go back to the console. And where are we? We are in the server. Just do an ls. SonarQube 7.6 is downloaded. And do an lsltr. Go into the SonarQube directory, SonarQube 7.6. Go into the directory, yeah. Go into the bin directory. Go into the bin. List it. And go into Linux x86-64 directory. Yeah. And let's say /sonar space console. That's how you start the sonar. Sonar space console. Space console. And enter. No search, file or directory. Sonar sh. Space console. So it is starting the sonar cube now. 9001. 9001. I thought it was 9000. Go ahead and access the IP, public IP, and plug in 9000. This is the worker, right?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
This port is not open.
Oh, okay.
Should I open?
Yeah.
Only 9,000, right?
Yeah. For the transfer of 9000. Something related to Elasticsearch is also hooked up there. Launching a JVM. Thailand. Strange. I'm still. Can you do reload one more time? Can you open the 9001 port also? Okay. Back to the console. What's activity going on here? Just access the, if you just access the IP, I think you'll get the Apache. Just access the IP without the port. This is good. So 9000 or 9000 is what I recall. And similarly, Nexus, we just need to figure out the right port. And we need to start the Nexus like that, Rahul.
Okay.
We'll see if we can figure this out maybe in the coming up days. But that's generally the process how we do. In a single shot, we're installing multiple of them at one time. I haven't seen much into Nexus, but SonarQube will give you a idea in the coming up days. Okay.
Okay.
In Ansible, is there anything more you're looking from me, buddy?
Yeah, Aniket, maybe tell.
Aniket, you there, buddy?
Yeah. The hardening part, like hardening of servers.
The
Like provision 2-3 servers and do the hardening using Ansible playbook.
right. Okay. Okay. Let's say okay. Because I've been looking at the hardening part of it for the most part, they've been each of the hardening thing has been a separate development project only. But I'll try to I'll see if I can come up with maybe a skeleton example, because the hardening things seem to be pretty big projects and things. Okay.
Yeah, even a basic hardening will do.
Yeah. Yeah, let me look into it and I will present it to you. Based on that, you let me know if that gives you an idea or not. And based on that, we'll try to proceed more. If I need a little bit of time, I'll probably let you know. Okay, buddy?
Okay.
Sounds good. And the Lambda scripting also, you wanted me to come up with something, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have this Lambda scripting, and I have I think Sonar Cube, and I think the New Relic is another one. AI Ops related thing is also still pending, I think, Rahul. Apart from
Yeah, yeah, and that code deploy and code build part is also.
code deploy and code build. Okay, okay, okay. Sounds good. Any update on the GCP part of it?
Not yet.
Let me know, keep me posted. So what I'll do is for today, I'll stop it here, guys. We'll continue the journey from tomorrow and go from there.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Signing off for today. Take care. Stay safe and keep loving.
Yes. Yes, sir. Bye.